All that.
Just press the damn button.
Good man, bitches. Good man.
Kill Jadis. Dry Eye Raider. Paul?
Oh, what up, Maddox?
Maddox. Ebony Graves. Happy belated birthday, Miss
Yeah.
Ebony.
Oh, happy birthday, Miss Ebony.
John Ogle, how much did you donate?
Oh, cool.
Tell me the truth.
$100 million.
$1 gajillion.
Yeah, let me make sure I've got everybody in there. Did you get
Trinidad?
Trinidad? Yeah,
I did.
okay.
Oh, yeah. Can you pull that up?
Yeah, I can pull it up right now.
Okay, good.
Let's make sure I got everybody pre-show. Oh,
Ron did too, yeah.
John Ogle's got 10 in there. Ron's got 20.
Dry Eye Raider. Is that so? That must be Trinidad then. He said he threw in 40.
It must be. Yeah, Trin's got 40 in there, and then you got the others. Awesome. Thank you all so very, very much. Giving away some cool stuff tonight.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's kick it off with another episode of Raiders Fan Radio. It is episode number 292.
Woo-hoo.
Hey, it's Mike Garafolo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, L.A., Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Paletnikov, a leaking pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted to the piano at the 50, time running down. Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brett Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 292 of what is this show? Sorry, I've had
Raiders Fan Radio.
Thank you. I've had a lot of coffee and the booze hasn't kicked in yet. Appreciate everybody joining us tonight, and we have a lot of fun content to get to tonight here in literally the offiest of the offiest of
Holy
the
cow.
off season. You could go weeks in between shows and still talk about the same stuff over and over again. Rev Raiders in the chat room. What's up, Rev? Haven't heard from our
Good to
buddy
see you,
Rev in
buddy.
a good minute. And appreciate everybody that's in there. But I'm gonna leave it to Swag Jeff to shout everybody out there. But appreciate you all so very, very much. But yeah, there's so we do have a lot to get to tonight. But we're not gonna do the kind of run of the mill. We've talked about Jimmy Garoppolo. Our buddy Mo Moten at Silver and Black Today wrote a
Sure.
great article the other day on Sports Not, and him and Scott on Silver and Black Today. Shout those guys out. We love them to death. Those guys have been talking a lot about how there's so many other great storylines and things to talk about the Raiders. But we're not going to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo because we've done it. We're not going to talk a ton about Derek Carr because we've done it. We're not going to talk a ton about Josh Jacobs' contract because we've done it. We're not going to talk about Josh McDaniels because we've done it. We're not going to really lean into a lot of those topics, but we've got some fun stuff. I think this is a fun time of the year to look back. It's a fun time of the year to look back at the influence of the Raiders, what the Raiders mean to us as a fan base, where we kind of got to as a fan base based on the leaders and the founders of this organization, mainly Al Davis, but others as well. And we had a really fun idea come to us through a good friend of the show, just when Wendy, she was listening to the JT the Brick show, and they were talking about how they were going by like position groups, so like best players, all-time Raiders at different position groups, and threw it out there as an idea for us to talk about. So we're gonna do that, but we're gonna put a little bit different of a spin on it. So we're not just biting JT's content. We're gonna do a draft. We're gonna do a draft. Hey, we're gonna do a draft by position. It'll be a lot of fun. So we're gonna get to that, but we do have some news stories to get to. We've got some Raiders and pop culture to get to tonight. This is that's a fun time of year to explore those things. The one that we have is freaking hilarious. It was sent to us by. Do you know about this, Michelle?
No.
It was sent to us by Made Man Chuck McCann. And heard it from a couple of other people as well about this from a show called I Am Virgo, and it's funny. It's pretty funny. It's a wee bit raunchy, so like
A wee bit.
just a little bit. It's not like watching Animal House or something, but like it's got a little bit of whatever to it. But anyways, so we're gonna get to that. So should have a fun show, but I don't do the show by myself. So more importantly, let me shut up. Actually, I can't do that yet. I can't throw it to you, Jeff. I can't throw it to you yet.
Okay.
I always forget to do something. I'm going to remember to do it this time.
Okay, do it.
We are very thankful to be sponsored by the good folks at Fansided and the official podcast of Just Blog Baby, the website that gives you nothing but Raiders news all the
Yes.
time. And if you go to the Just Blog Baby site and go to where the podcast, you click the podcast tab, and there we are. There's Raiders Fan Radio. And they sponsor everything that we do. They cover all the costs of Raiders Fan Radio. They generate advertising opportunities for us, and all that money goes to the One Nation Foundation. Like, they are very, very good friends and partners of ours. And I don't think I mentioned them enough. So I just want to give much, much respect to our good friends at Fansided and Just Blog Baby. And we are proud to be a partner with them. All right. So, as I mentioned, I don't do this show alone. I do this show with my best friend and yours, sitting to my left here at the dining room table. He is the one and only Swag Jeff.
Right.
What up, Swaggo?
Good, man.
How's your arm, buddy?
It's on the mend.
It's on the mend. You got the
It's on the
bionic
mend.
arm
It's on
over
the,
there.
yeah, I got the bionic arm a little bit, but I can almost extend it all the way. So
Oh,
you can't see
nice.
it. I can't do it right now because my brace is on. But like I'm further along. The doc is like,
Oh, good.
you're doing good, buddy.
Good, right
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
man.
you're
Good
doing
stuff,
good. So
good stuff.
yeah, so I feel good. I'm excited. I'm fired up to do the show because, and we're gonna get to it in just a moment because we've got something awesome that we're giving away for the One Nation Foundation tonight, and we've also, you talked a little bit about Fansided, a little bit about our sponsorship and all that stuff, and the partnership that we have with them. And I'm going to leave it to my buddy across the street from me over here to talk about another sponsorship that we got going, and we want to highlight them at the top of the show as well. So to my front right here, please welcome in Michelle Sweat.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Michelle.
And we're the three best friends that anybody could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. We're the three best friends that anyone could have. And we'll never,
ever leave each other. Hi, Michelle.
That's the best. Yeah, that was the best. That really was. So am I talking about this
Talk about whatever you
or
want.
the
Talk about it all.
You talk about it all.
Over the show.
Sure. Okay, so if you can see in the chat the highlighted names that are green, that is a membership that you can sign up for. And so the first 12 people that signed up on the first night that we did it, I created these
Those are so
cards.
cool.
I don't know if
Yeah.
For those in the audio podcast, you
Okay,
we're
and
gonna see
I'll-
it
and,
just fine.
those in the
so-
audio podcast, she's holding out a shield with a little skull and a crossbones, like a cartoon skull with RFR written across the forehead. It's badass.
Yeah. So they're going to be numbered. And if you sign up, I will make you one of these and send it straight to your house. So, and as everyone signs up, it'll just be numbered. And once we're done doing it, that's all you get. That's all you got. So, and we'll do that for, however long.
However
the
long
next
you want
one,
to.
and then
Maybe for like the
I create
first
an extra
100?
one. Yeah.
For the first 100, and then we'll do another
There you
sketch
go.
card looking like that. But it's really cool. So that's in the chat room there. If you sign up and you become a member of Raiders Fan Radio, not only do you get your chats highlighted there, it does it for. It's not like I go like, well, I'm only going to pick yours because you remember. It's not like that. It just YouTube automatically highlights that stuff for you. But then also you get access to emojis and like different like stickers and stuff, and you get badges based on how long you've been a member for. And of course, we call it Get Made, and so we're appreciative to all those members. We've got 21 members so far. It only cost you $5, and the reason that we did that was that Michelle, I never wanted to do like a Patreon kind of thing because I always felt like I never wanted to like charge people for our content. Like I don't think we're that cool. But if they can get something out of it, and they're in the live chat every week, and there's something like again, cool Raider related or show related emojis and stuff, I thought that might be fun. And sure enough, it's been pretty cool. And now you get this freaking cool sketch card along with it. And so Michelle, thank you for making
these are
those.
handmade, people. Like I do these. I don't know if anyone knows what a block print is, but that's basically what this is. So it's carved out onto like lino. It's kind of like a rubber pad. And then you roll the ink on it, and it's really cool process. So
it's cool. It's one of a kind.
It's one of a kind. Yeah,
one of a kind.
None of them
and
be
that
the same.
needs to be on a shirt.
Yeah.
That's going to be a shirt.
It's going to be a shirt before long.
That would be
that's
a
super
fun
cool.
shirt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so shout out the chat room, Michelle. Who do we got in there?
All right, we got Ron's in there, Wyoming Raiders in there,
Hey, Wyo.
Dry Eye Raider, the Grumpy Raider, of course, Billy Bats, who gave the $10 donation for the love of RFR. Yeah. Of course, Paul's in there, Tyrone's in there, Jesus is in there, Jay, our friend Jay at Raiders Gear and Threads, he's in there.
Yep.
Oh, I was going to say Swag.
Robert
Swag's
Munoz
also
is in
in
there.
case anybody was wondering. Swag's also in there. Jason
Yeah,
Hunter's in there.
So with that $10 donation, Jeff, what does our good friend?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was Billy Bats Raider. So
what does our good friend Billy Bats Raider get?
Absolutely, man. And believe it or not, that was one of the first super chats that came in for the night, and he has poker chip number 7.
Oh,
because there's already been people that have donated money. So we're doing it big for the One Nation Foundation tonight via the Summer of Swag. So every $10 donation that you make via super chat, via our PayPal, anything like that, gets you into the mix to win the signed Devontae Adams jersey. So get in the mix. It's got the Beckett certificate of authenticity. It's the real deal. It's a beautiful away jersey. It's unbelievable. So get in the mix with that, because the last Devontae that we did was kind of like a record night a little bit.
Deal.
So
big deal.
So
and that's a good signature on there with the silver Sharpie on the black 7 there and Devontae
maybe
Adams.
Couldn't get any better.
That's
than
a
that.
legit. That's a good signature on that one.
It's a really good one. So get in the mix. Every $10, whether it be 10 or whether it be $87 trillion, whatever it is, every $10 gets you one entry worth that amount. We're already over $200 tonight. So I'm gonna shout out the folks. So prior to the show starting, James Williams did a 20. Jamie Delatorre gave 20. Big Shane gave $100. Yeah, Trinidad gave $40. John Ogle a 10. Ron 20, and then of course Billy Bats Raider right here with the 10 as well. So we're at like $220 already.
Out of the gate. Let's go. Let's freaking go.
And then Kill Jadis just jumped in there with a 10 as well with the hashtag One Chip Gang. So get in the mix, man. It's all going to the One Nation Foundation. So why not?
That's awesome, man. So appreciate you all very, very much. And so we've been kind of teasing that we've got some big things on the horizon with the One Nation Foundation. And so we've told you we've got some corporate partnerships pending. We still have 2 more, but we want to take a moment to acknowledge and be very thankful to our very first corporate sponsorship
Officially
for the One
official.
Nation Foundation. They made a sizable donation, a very generous donation to the One Nation Foundation, and that is the good folks at United Rentals.
United Rentals.
Yeah.
United Rentals. Michelle, you want to tell them about United Rentals?
Yeah. Okay. So they. Well, I was going to say deliver construction equipment, but that's what my husband does. He delivers construction equipment. They rent booms and light towers and you name it, lifts. I mean, I
Absolutely.
could probably go on forever. They do a lot of things. They have other segments, and I can put it on the Facebook and stuff. But their website, if you need to rent something, you can go to their website. It's United Rentals. .com.
Probably.com.
Probably.com.
Just Google United Rentals and you'll find
Rentals,
them.
and they have branches all over the country. They even have branches overseas. So, and you need it, you can rent it, and they will have it. So check it out.
Absolutely.
If you need anything,
and we are
check it out. We're so grateful
thankful
to them
for the good folks at United Rentals, man.
Yeah.
Much respect.
And so yeah, we've got a couple more coming. We've got some fun ones coming up. And so yeah, absolutely so thankful to those folks.
That was the first domino to fall.
The first one, the first official corporate sponsorship of the One Nation Foundation, which again, Raiders Fan Radio and the One Nation Foundation supports all Raiders-related, well, not all Raiders-related charities, a lot of Raiders-related charities. Our main focus, of course, is the Blitnikoffs and the Blitnikoff Foundation, who helps foster safe places and rehabilitative services for young women at risk of domestic violence and substance abuse. We also have partnered with Raider Dad this season, and we will be out there next month for the Raiders-Niners preseason game.
Let's go.
We'll be able to see the Raider Dad folks in action, where we're taking underprivileged kids to Raider games and allowing for experiences with them and their significant parental figures. So amazing work the Raider Dad folks are doing, and so we're just could not be prouder to bring on partners like United Rentals and the giving that you all do for us on the live shows.
Wow!
Whoa!
Oh,
Hey!
Speaking of Raider Dad,
hey, so I want to highlight a few people in the chat. So first off, Seamus Harrington came in and said Black 17, my favorite roulette number. Let's go with a $20 donation.
Nice.
Yeah. Tyrone Graves says, shout out to my beautiful queen, Ebony. Just made it back from a long getaway down in New Orleans, celebrating her 49th successful trip around the sun with a $10 donation. And then our buddy Josh Kamanite from Raider Dad has just jumped in and donated $100 to the One Nation Foundation. Josh, much respect, my friend, and we cannot wait to hug your neck next month.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait, and we're just going to give you your $100 back next year.
Well, yeah,
we're just going to get right back to you. But yeah, we are really excited. Jeff and I had a meeting this last week, and one of the folks that we were kind of pitching what we do to, we were talking about the idea that Raiders Fan Radio used to be Raiders Fan Radio used to be the thing, and then the foundation was something that came because of the show. Well, we've now flipped that. This show exists to be a vessel to support the One Nation Foundation because we, not we, but we're just, again, we're the vessel.
Proverbial
the proverbial we, that we, all of us, are providing amazing services and experiences for people that are in need. And no one in any sports fan base in anywhere in the world, if you ask us, and I know we're biased, but no one does community and family better than Raider Nation. That's the reason it's called Raider Nation. It's our collective. And so I feel, and we feel, that the One Nation Foundation is a direct result of you guys and your generosity and your willingness to serve and think outside of self and all that stuff. It's just a beautiful thing, and we could not be more prouder of what it's not only become, but what you all and your investment in it, taking your hard-earned dollars, sharing tweets, sharing videos, all the things you do to support the One Nation Foundation. I say it all the time. I could spend an entire show just sitting around here telling you guys how thankful we are for your generosity. So I won't bore you with that, with just me just sitting here pontificating my thanks. But just know it's there, man. None of this stuff gets lost on us. From a $5 donation to a $10 donation to $100 to just a retweet and a thumbs up, man.
Yeah.
Every single effort and energy put into the One Nation Foundation is entirely appreciated by you guys. And we love you for it.
Yep, absolutely. And Ebony Graves also just said she donated 10 to the PayPal as well. So
Wonderful.
much respect to you as well. So yeah,
Awesome.
so if you tuned in late, Michelle, if you want to flash it up there again, we're raffling off this signed bad boy, this signed Devontae Adams road jersey.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful signature, Becca's certificate of authenticity. Every $10 tonight's going to the One Nation Foundation and get you a chance to win that bad boy.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right. Awesome. All right. Here we go.
All right.
Oh, hey, I got an idea.
Hey,
Let's talk about the Raiders.
let's talk about Raiders fan radio.
Talk about the Raiders.
The
It's freaking July.
It's July. What do you want to talk about Josh Jacobs again? He still ain't signed that shit.
Yeah,
The end.
yeah.
The end. Hey, so
He's got till the 17th. We'll see after the 17th, and we'll talk about Josh Jacobs.
we
again.
got time. We got time. We got time. So hey, so here at the top of the show,
Yeah.
I take a significant moment within Raider Nation, related back to the episode number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
do
it
that
is.
shit.
So it's episode 292. And and I've been leaning hard on my buddy T Hum over the last,
Oh.
The assistant to the assistant. On
the
the episode
assistant to the
number.
assistant to the assistant, man. So I mean, I've been leaning on him hardcore over the
He's
last
done great. Amazing.
probably the last year, frankly. but I had to flex my muscle a little bit. I had to
remind the world what.
remind the world that I can still do
There
this.
you
So hey, so I've got a special one for you. So we're taking it back to the good old days. Good old days. So it is episode 292. We're taking it back to 1973. 1973, and we're going to be highlighting that whole season in its entirety, right? So we went 9-4-1. This was the season. This was maybe one of your favorite seasons, Murf, because this was the season that Kenny Stabler took over as the starting quarterback for our Oakland Raiders. So after starting 1-2, Stabler takes the job from Daryl LaMonica and turns us into an AFC Championship team. And that season, and Stabler makes the Pro Bowl that year, the whole deal. And so he made his first Pro Bowl in his first season. The Oakland Raiders scored 292 points that season.
Yay. Good job.
Well, yeah.
Good job, Swaggo.
Absolutely. What happened? They said I went dark.
Yeah.
You did. I got your camera back now.
Did they hear me?
They heard
Do I
you.
need to say it
Everybody,
again?
no, everybody hears you loud and clear.
Oh, good.
We're tired of your shit.
Kill
Okay.
just thought he went
Yeah.
blind.
Oh,
Oh,
so-
nice.
No, you're good.
Nice. And hey, and respect to Schmucky the Raider Bear in the
Yeah.
chat, who I haven't seen in just a minute, maybe. But he said, with that said, Raider Nation, $40 donation to the One Nation Foundation.
Hey, oh my gosh.
Holy cow.
Oh, we're big balling already tonight.
Big ballin'. Hey, with that donation, we are at $400.
Nice.
Hey, let's
Thank
go.
you so much. Thank you so very, very much. That is amazing, and we appreciate your kindness. Okay, I've got a couple of announcements,
Oh, okay.
and then we're gonna jump into some contact info, Swagger.
Yeah, okay.
First off, our buddy Frankie Mosqueda down there in Southern California. He is the Unholy Roller Raider. He sent us an invite to an event. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make it to
Oh.
this year, but this sounds like a blast. And so I wanted to tell Raider Nation about this. This is the Raider Nation Bolsa Chica Summer Beach event. Have you ever been to Bolsa Chica?
Ooh.
Michelle, you're from LA. I've never been there either.
Now I want to go. That
Right?
sounds fun.
I know, right? So it's Saturday, July 29th from 6 a.m. to 10 o'clock p.m. And so the picture that he sent, there you go, for all those of you on the YouTube feed, you can see all the Raider tents lining the beach.
Man.
Wouldn't that be a freaking blast?
So
Wouldn't be, it's going to be so much fun. And so those of you that are already planning on going, y'all have a blast and tip a few up for us.
Yeah.
And those of you that are interested in going, check it out, man. I don't even know where to find info on it other than I'm sure if you Google Raider Nation Bolsa Chica Summer Beach Event 2023, you can find it. And again, that's coming up here at the end of the month. So cool stuff there from those folks. Also, I got a link on our RFR meetups page.
Okay.
This is on the Facebooks. This was so the Facebooks. Kevin the Raider Nerd started a page for us, and it's called RFR Meetups. And so basically, that's where you can find information for like when we're doing a live show, or we're going to a game, or doing a tailgate, or whatever. We kind of share with you guys. So in case you want to meet up with us and hang out with us, and we've had some blast meetups, man. We've had a lot of fun around the drafts and
100%.
games and stuff. So, anyways, there's a lot of stuff going on around the Buffalo game. As we kind of go on with this whole stupid house thing that I'm dealing with, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to make it up there to Buffalo to go to the game. But go up there anyways. Go join the good folks at Silver and Black.
Salt City Silver and Black.
Thank you. Thank
Yep.
you.
Oh, yeah.
Salt City Silver and Black, and like Rochester, and there's a ton of the East Coast fan groups are going to be getting together up there. And just go to our Facebook group, go to RFR meetups, and then you can find all the information from tailgates to meetups to places to party before and after the game and hotels to stay at and room rates, and he's got everything in there. So go check that out. And if you're going to Buffalo, let us know, man. I wish we were going.
Holy
I
Out
know.
of
cow.
all the road trips to
Yeah.
make this year, that's the one I wanted to hit.
I wanted to put you through a table.
I would have gladly gone through it. Yeah, I would have gladly gone through that damn table. But so go check that out. Bolsa Chica Beach event, and also the Buffalo meetup there. Go to RFR meetups on the Facebooks.
Woo! Woo! Hey, Raider Nation, you got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346, or as Murf would say,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You wanna
Hey.
Email me.
Hey.
Email me.
Yeah.
Show at RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes?
Well, yeah.
Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The
Ticky-ticky-tacky-tock.
TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you
Yeah,
out
they're
there
twitching.
twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
All right, let's lock in here.
Good.
Oh, solid.
That was
Nice,
solid.
Nicely done. Nicely
That was
done.
dope.
That was good. That was
That was
better.
dope.
That was better.
Yep.
All right. So yeah, after we false started after last week, man, that was rough.
It's been a rough couple weeks,
It's been
man.
a rough couple weeks,
Yep.
man. It's Josh Jacobs.
Yeah.
Thanks, Josh
Thanks
Jacobs.
a lot. I'm going straight to
You
Instagram
jackass.
to post about that. I'm going straight to post.
All right. So here at Raiders Fan Radio at the top of the show, we're still at the top of the show. If you hadn't noticed, if you're new to the show, it takes us about an hour to do the top of the show.
Absolutely.
Big
Yeah,
top.
it's-
It's,
it's like-
you know,
It's
Well,
huge.
we got shit to
Huge.
talk about, man.
Yeah.
We
Hey,
got shit to
and
catch
we
up
got to
with.
fit
you
it
know?
all in at the top.
try.
so-
Well, and especially when we're doing live shows every other week.
Oh,
Like we got a lot to
yeah.
get into here, man. Yeah. Anyway, so here at the top of the show, we like to give respect. We don't do props. We don't do shout outs. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of respect.
Murph, Swaggy J,
Michelle.
Nation. It's time for a little respect. You know, respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
Whoops. Jeez. My baby. I didn't realize how early you turned that shit on, man. That's pause.
Oh, my goodness.
So yeah. Oh my. So there is moisture on the computer here. So what?
Wait a minute. Glad it's white claw.
Oh my gosh.
Go off the rails this early. We're still at the top of the show.
Some of the things that fly out of my mouth in the show, and I'm like, God dang it, you're dumb. Like, what are you thinking?
Gosh.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I want to give respect to a couple of folks, or actually one folk, and then
One folk?
yeah, one folk, and then a group of folks. So that one folk I would like to give props to is our buddy T-Hom.
Hey,
Oh,
listen to the assistant to the assistant.
Let's give respect to T-Hom. So
Totally.
not only does T-Hom assist with the episode numbers,
Yes.
of course, but he sent us a big old box of swag. He sent us some really cool items. He sent us a signed Rodney Hudson jersey. He sent us this really cool pullover, but then also he sent us an AFL Fred Biletnikoff jersey that we are proudly going to take with us to Vegas upcoming this November when we go out there for the Biletnikoff event. And we're going to have Fred and everybody else that comes through for the Biletnikoff event to sign that thing, and then we will auction it off for the foundation. So thank you, T-Hom. That was really cool. It's really cool. And look for that Hudson jersey. I'm going to get a JSA certified or Beckett, one or the other.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll probably give it away here on the show or sell it, whatever we do, but we'll give it to the foundation. So thank you to T-Hom for that. It was very kind. All right, you want to talk about the Raiders? Here we go. I'd like to give respect to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, where a lot of times they catch our ire because they are a little bit too late in inducting and giving respect to the Raiders in the past that have deserved it. Unfortunately, they've slow played it when it came to Cliff Branch and Kenny Stabler as an example. And unfortunately, those guys got inducted posthumously. While we're very thankful that they made it into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, I think by waiting for whatever reason, whether those were Al Davis vendettas or Raider vendettas or whatever else. I mean,
all the above.
The idea that Drew Pearson and Harold Carmichael made it in before Cliff Branch alone is the biggest travesty of recent, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, talk about getting emotional about stuff. I used to get pissed about this stuff. But like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, who are we inducting ahead of? Anyways, whatever. I'm gonna revisit all that again. Hey, Vinny. All right, so but they've really course corrected here lately. We've had a good run of Raiders going in.
Yep.
Obviously, inducting Tom Flores was massive. Thankfully, he was able to be able to go to the ceremony and enjoy it while he's still in good health and everything else. And much respect to Coach. And so that was a great one. You know, Timmy Brown got in not that long ago. Charles Woodson got in not that long ago. Like, we've seen a good run of Raiders entering into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Well, the Hall of Fame announced there's 60 finalists for the what do they call it? It's like the oh shoot. It's like the historical committee. I forget what the name of it is.
Okay.
But it's like the group of the Hall of Fame that looks into the past and says, is there anybody we missed? Okay? Because when you look at like the way the Hall of Fame is structured, it's typically players that you have to be out of the league for 5 years. So like when you hear like first ballot Hall of Famer, that's like Charles Woodson. Like,
sure,
on year 5, they're putting him in like first ballot, like boom, that's
100%.
Well, and then sometimes it might take 2 or 3 years, depending on how tight the roster of folks are that have recently retired and all that. But then this committee, and I wish I could remember the name of it. Again, they look back into the history because you've got so many great players and contributors and coaches and people that have associated with the league that they look at it and they go, okay, well, maybe did we miss somebody? Well, there's 3 Raiders on the newest list. So you've got a list of 30 contributors and coaches, and then you've got a list of 30 players. So basically about 60 guys. I think there might be a couple more than that. But anyways, 3 of them have Raider affiliation. So I'm going to give you the 3, and there's one that's a monster. And I think it's not want to say it's the last of the Hall of Fame overlooks, but it's certainly the biggest.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Okay.
My opinion, and I could be wrong. I'm just a fan. Sitting here at my dining room table with my best friends. Albert Lewis is on the list. Albert Lewis was a defensive back from 83 to 98, considered one of the top cover corners of his era. Albert Lewis intercepted 42 passes in a 14-season career with the Kansas City Chiefs. But he also played for the Los Angeles and Oakland Raiders from 1994 to 1998. He also blocked 11 kicks on special teams. So Albert Lewis is he's kind of on there in like the same like way that Ronnie Lott or Jerry Rice or whatever, these guys that had amazing careers at other places.
Richard Seymour.
Oh, right.
Richard Seymour had a moment with the Raiders towards the end, and then so technically they're Raiders, okay? Albert Lewis, that's awesome. Here's now we're gonna up the ante a little bit here.
Okay.
Next on the list, one of the great wide receivers that's been overlooked in NFL history, one of Daryl LaMonica's big targets, Art Powell.
Hey.
Art Powell, who was, I believe, it was him and Flores traded for LaMonica, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. Right.
Okay.
Or no. They traded Flores and somebody for Powell and LaMonica, whatever it was. You guys figure it out. Somebody hit Wikipedia.
Okay.
But no, wait a minute. No, he was traded. God dang it, I don't have to look it up. Because Art Powell played wide receiver, but I know he played with Daryl. From 59 to 68. Wait a second. Hold on, let's see. Maybe he didn't play with Daryl. That is the right. Art Powell was traded for Daryl LaMonica, so they didn't play together. Okay. Drafted by the NFL Philadelphia Eagles, but found success a year later in the AFL, where his speed gave the New York Titans from 1960 to 62 and the Oakland Raiders from 63 to 66 as one of the league's most productive deep threats. Surpassing 1,000 receiving yards 5 times, he finished a 10-year career with 8,046 receiving yards and 81 touchdowns. I'm going to look that up though because I want to get numbers.
He was playing with LaMonica.
Are you okay?
Oh, I know for sure he was playing with LaMonica.
Yeah, and I want to figure that out.
Because LaMonica was still on the team in like 73. So I mean, like he was playing like a good portion with LaMonica,
okay, so,
and like that
so it was
4 years
they traded Flores for
Powell
and LaMonica. I'm pretty sure he was part of that.
Okay,
we'll have to figure that out. That's the part we need to figure out. But yeah, he was Daryl's one of the big because it was Art Powell and Warren Wells, right? Those are the 2 big targets for Daryl LaMonica.
Absolutely.
Okay. And we'll get the details of that figured out. I'm sorry, I should have looked that up when I was going in. I was going off the top of the brain here, and I don't have my Art Powell freaking timeline embedded in my brain. Okay, but here's the big one. You guys ready for the big one?
Yeah.
Right over your shoulder there, Swaggo.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Give it up for the judge,
The
man.
judge himself, man.
Let's go.
Paul's already in the chat going, I will have tears of joy when he gets put into the Hall of Fame. Long overdue. That's another one of those another one of those like clippy ones where you're like, what are y'all doing? Like, what are we doing?
What are we doing?
Were you the best at your position during the time that you played? Absolutely. I mean, hands down, no question about it. Arguably, him and Mike Haynes still was the best cornerback tandem that the Raiders have ever had in its history. So it blows my mind that he's not there yet.
Insane, Michelle. I mean, he's got the bona fides. He's got all the Hall of Fame credentials to get in.
Yeah, I mean, he was a 5-time Pro Bowler for the Oakland and Los Angeles Raiders, spending his entire 10-year career with the organization, that's a big deal. Intercepted 39 passes in his career, including a league best 13 in 1980.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Hello.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Lester. That's such an oversight. What a gross oversight.
Huge. It's like, like the way that I kind of think about the Hall of Fame is that can you tell the story of the NFL and not tell that player's story? They speaking of the Silver and Black Today guys, they had a discussion around Sebastian Janikowski, and I think that conversation actually started on Raider Ramble with our buddy Mario Tovar. Can you tell the story of the NFL without telling the story of Sebastian Janikowski? He kind of can, because Sebastian doesn't have any like signature kicks, doesn't have any like. He's got numbers, but Adam Vinatieri has numbers and has games that were named after him practically. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So like that's the kind of level you got to be to get in the Hall of Fame. Can you tell the story of the NFL without telling the story? No, you can't.
I don't think
so. He was part of one of the greatest cornerback tandems to ever exist. And not only for his performance on the field, but also too, and this may sound crazy, but Stickum.
Oh,
that whole idea of what him and Fred did. I'm sorry, that's iconic.
It's iconic.
It's iconic.
That's what it is. Yeah.
And so you can't tell the story of the NFL without telling that story.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he's a Hall of Famer, man.
Yep.
Regardless of these insane numbers that he had and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's such a Hall of Famer. And again, I know that Plunkett is out there. I know people talk about Plunkett. I know people talk about Phil Villapiano. People talk about Rod Martin. Like, there's a handful of guys out there still that are in the conversation. But I don't think, and apparently Art Powell is too, I don't think anybody, though, is entrenched in that conversation more than Lester Hayes. It's got to be Lester. He's got to be the guy.
Yep.
And I'm hoping, man, we've had a good run of Raiders.
Yeah.
let's make it right before.
Make it right.
Unfortunately, and this is the last thing I'll say about it. These guys aren't getting any younger, man.
Yeah.
We're losing legends left and right. And we're getting to that point to where the legendary Raiders and the championship tradition and legacy that they carry, they're taking that with them.
Yeah.
And there's not, you know what I mean? We all got an expiration date, man. You know what I mean? So like, not only do I want to see the current crop of Raiders, guys like Max Crosby, guys like Devontae Adams, take up the mantle and develop their own championship legacy so that the next generations can have something to take pride in. The next generation of Raider fans can have that pride like we all do for the championship legacy the guys like Kenny and Freddie and Art Shell and Gene Upshaw, all those guys built so that, they can have that legacy. But then also like for that representation of those championships and that legacy to be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah.
It's a big damn deal. Like, for within context, in the context of the sports landscape and our Raider fandom, it's a big deal for these guys to get their due while they're still able to walk across that stage, take the curtain off of that bust and look at it and see their not likeliness. What's that? Their what do you call it? The visage.
Oh.
See their visage there on those busts. Like, I think it's a big deal. You know what I mean? Well, I read a little bit before the show tonight.
Nice.
But anyways. All right, that's all I got on respect. Anybody else got any more respect?
Yeah, I got respect because I want to respect one of our peers. One of our guys, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so I want to respect a good friend of our show, Big Mike Raider.
Wow, we love Big Mike.
We love some Big Mike around here, and if you flip it to me right here, he was rocking our brand.
Yeah, he was.
He was rocking our brand. So can you
check
can
that
you
out?
see that? All right?
Yeah.
Okay,
sure
good.
Can.
Yeah, he's rocking the Raiders fan radio.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
right
the shirt right there. He's a big fan of us.
It is a
He's a
sweet
big fan of us,
and we're a fan of him.
And we're a fan of him as well. So so much respect to you, Big Mike. Salute, my friend.
We appreciate that, man.
Yep.
That is awesome.
And you too can have a shirt like that.
Yeah. Hey.
Tell them
If you want to wear that shirt and look like Big Mike, you go to TeePublic. Is it tpublic.com, right?
No, I would just go to RaidersFanRadio.com
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
/gear
yeah.
and
Okay.
click the logo link,
Yeah.
and it'll take you straight to our
Yeah.
TeePublic page because we got the new swag.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of his
yeah.
podcast, is like the Swaggering Boisterously podcast or whatever.
Yeah.
So we have a swaggering shirt that's got this
yeah.
logo right here, and so so you too can get one of those.
Yeah.
I wore it on the last show, I think.
Yeah, you
but
did.
yeah, we've got new stuff coming out all the time, man. So
Yeah.
get in the mix.
Oh, yeah. And we got that
Oh,
logo
yeah.
is going to be
on the horizon for
Michelle's
sure.
sketch card is going to be on there. And I had another idea too that I want to run by you.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
it rhymes
I'm
with
in, probably.
It rhymes with Mac Manuals.
Sold. Oh.
Oh,
That's
the next one.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
next
got
one.
to be the next one. All right. So when we talk about respect, we talk about those that are doing great in the world.
Absolutely.
Talk about those that are carrying positivity, that are bearers of positivity for those of us here in Raider Nation.
Sure.
But then there are some that aren't.
Of course there are.
That's
Of
right. And what do we
course.
call them, Michelle?
They're pendejos.
Pendejo. 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 Pendejo.
All right. So it's no freaking surprise that Sean Merriman is a pendejo, right?
Oh, he's in
surprise.
that Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
He's in the pendejo Hall
Yeah,
of Fame.
yeah.
He 100% is.
Yeah.
And so he's already firmly entrenched in that Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then he went and said this.
What was the worst fan base that you had to go play in front of?
The Raiders.
Yeah, the Black
Listen,
Hole
they-
was crazy.
And the thing is, I actually respect them for it.
No,
the
you
Raiders
don't.
fans are next level. With
We are.
They were next level with
We
us
are.
because there was so much hate between the Chargers and Raiders fan base. Still is.
I do think it's way different
It's
now.
way
the
different.
Coliseum,
Oh,
bro, in the
dude,
dirt.
We used to get there and they would throw stuff at our bus on the way in. They would block us. Some of them would block us from pulling into the places we need to pull into. My rookie year, I remember hitting the quarterback. I think it was Kerry Collins, and I hit him. And I remember getting to the sideline and my helmet just rang. Boom, and somebody threw like one of those square batteries.
No fucking way.
They threw one of those square batteries.
My uncle's told me about this. He's a Raider fan. And he's like, they're throwing fucking D batteries, G. It hit you.
It hit me right in the helmet.
Oh my God.
It's a 9.
It hit me right in
I
the
can't
helmet.
wait to send him this.
And so that's when I knew I was like, yeah, this is a different place.
The darn right it was Sean
Yeah,
Merriman. Listen, and I guess he's sort of giving us some, but it was kind of like with that Kelsey comment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where it's like he's sort of giving us some respect, but
Yeah.
not really. Like, but no one we've not talked a lot about Sean Merriman. He was like right behind Phillip and LaDainian for me for like that dude was a moron. I couldn't stand him.
Yeah.
He's the worst, and he's in his post playing career. Has proceeded to still continue to talk shit about the Raiders.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And one of my favorite videos, if you guys have ever seen it, and I think it was like on the TikToks or whatever there.
Yeah.
At Allegiant Stadium, the game that we went to where we got to see the freaking Chargers get knocked out of the playoffs, right? Merriman was at that game, and he's walking out towards the Hacienda Bridge, right, to go over across to where Luxor and Mandalay Bay is. And Raider fans are wearing his ass out. Hey, Sean, you got nothing to say now? Hey, Sean, what do you got to say? You know what I mean? That was. Have you seen
Beautiful.
that, Jeff?
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, and that epitomizes Raider Nation, right? So so if we can keep giving that guy shit because he's going to keep talking shit.
He's going to keep talking.
You know,
shit.
I mean, and I love what you said right there because it was like he was kind of giving respect to the Raider Nation a little bit, but like in a real passive aggressive, like asshole kind of way, kind of like how Travis Kelce does or whatever.
And he doesn't have the rings.
Right.
He's got nothing to like, and neither does his entire history of his organization.
But also,
don't get me started on the Chargers.
Understand what a fan base actually is, because they don't have a fan base.
That's
So it's
true.
probably hard for him to, because he said we were the worst, but really, to me, sounded like we were the best. And he just doesn't understand the difference because they don't have a fan base.
There you go.
Absolutely.
There you
Absolutely. All right, Swaggo, take us to a break, and then let's talk about the Raiders.
This is Raiders Fan Radio. I'm Brent Musburger, and I don't care who wins as long as it's the Raiders.
Much respect, Paul.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy, Will Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio with my boys.
Speaking of respect.
Jeff,
yeah, right.
Uncle Mosh. Tune in because they fucking put out a banger podcast.
Hey, so if you tuned in late, we are in the midst of the summer of swag from One Nation Foundation. So flip it over to Michelle right here. So we are raffling off this signed, beautiful away white Devontae Adams jersey with a Beckett certificate of authenticity. Every $10 that you donate via PayPal, just let us know in the chat if you did that. We'll verify that, and you'll get your poker chip as well. But the super chats as well. Every $10, whether it be 10 or whether it be $84 trillion. All that goes to the One Nation Foundation.
I will tattoo your name on a very revealing part of my body for $84 billion.
Easy. But yeah,
serenade you while we're doing it.
So get in the mix for that, man. It's all going to the good cause, One Nation Foundation.
Thank you, also very, very much. All right, so guess what? Hey, I know. Let's talk about the Raiders.
Hey, let's do that.
Man, I've got certain information. All right, certain things have come to light, and given the nature of all this new shit, this could be a lot more complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple, What
in God's holy name are you blathering about?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm blathering about. I've got information, man. New shit has come to light.
I just watched that movie again the other day.
Did you?
It's so good.
It's so good, man. It's so good. It's so underrated. If you can underrate that movie, it's there. Anyway, so much respect, Big Lebowski, man. Yeah.
Jeff Nation,
so quotable. Like
it's
so quotable,
absolutely.
right? Yeah, it's like up there with a Hangover, and like you know what I mean. Okay, so some new shit has come to light, and I didn't want to totally dive in on this thing too deep because it's not technically a Raiders story. It's not even on our rundown, but I do think it's worth mentioning and it's worth at least bringing up. And this is the idea of John Gruden's pending lawsuit that's now, I believe, in the Nevada Supreme Court to see whether they're going to give it discovery or not, which is basically where they allow for it to like kind of take the next level and allow for the litigators to start the investigation to start uncovering the truth and whatever. Ron the Materator sent us a video earlier today of Mike Florio talking about it. I'm not a big fan of Florio, but he is a lawyer, and so when it comes to topics like this, he's very well versed and has a way of being able to break it down. It's about a 12-minute video, and it's on their NFL on NBC thing or whatever that he broadcasts from. So check it out if you want to see the full thing. But I think that it can become a Raiders story in the way that we as Raider fans in the organization was unfairly targeted. And now this doesn't, let me preface my comments with this at the first and foremost. This doesn't absolve John Gruden for his part in the emails and the things that he said, the things that he did. He still did that shit.
Right.
And he still lost his job because of it. So this doesn't change that. And if anything, when it comes to this story, we've always led with that. That like, look, whether it was right or wrong or whatever, for the way the Raiders were dealt with, John was dealt with fairly. That's just the way that freaking that it is. I mean, you can't get around that, and nor should we want to. Now, all that said, when it comes to were the Raiders unfairly targeted? It's looking like a yes, like a resounding yes, they were. Now, my big question is why? Is it a vendetta against Gruden because Gruden and Goodell had this rivalry, and so that they used this information that was uncovered in these emails and this Dan Snyder investigation to where instead of using that to implicate one of its owners, they redirected in order to take out John Gruden? Because obviously, and you guys know this stuff, but a handful of emails were revealed out of 650,000. And the idea that there could be some seriously incriminating evidence out there, not only about the Washington football team, but about the freaking league itself and the office. And John Gruden is now on a crusade to take down the league office. He says, I'm going to take down the NFL. He's not going to take down the entirety of the sport, but he's going to take down the people that were involved, mainly Roger Goodell. Listen, if this thing goes and they uncover, some gambling shit or point shaving or calls getting fixed or whatever, and we're talking about being sensitive to that stuff as Raider fans, right? If they uncover anything like that, then it becomes a Raider story, because then it's about like what could have been, right? Like, and again, I know you can't change. They're not going to start pulling titles, and none of that's going to change. But I think that at least in terms of fans, for us to be able to wrap our brains around it, it certainly would help with the way that it went down. That's just kind of my early thoughts on it. I mean, I'm interested in the story and its resolution as a fan of the NFL. But in terms of a Raiders story, I don't know how much it's ultimately going to have an influence over the Raiders, other than some of our good friend Wyoming Raider earlier today brought up the idea that, look, John Gruden was let out of a $100 million contract. If there's a settlement, and this is what Florio speculated, that there could be if John's got the NFL, pardon my language, by the nuts, right?
Yeah.
If he's got them, they're going to offer him a settlement that's going to be not released to the public, and it's going to be for a massive amount of money.
Oh, my gosh.
And it's probably going to be 5+ times what he was due. Wyo said, watch John Gruden buy in a significant or a managing portion of the Raiders. We already know there's no succession plan for Mark Davis when he decides to.
Yeah.
Well, he'll never get rid of the team. But
John Gruden and Tom Brady eventually owning this team.
You know what? Crazier ass shit has happened,
out
man.
Of the realm of,
you know what I mean? That's a way for him to become still part of the NFL, but from a distance.
Yep.
Like, I would, again, that's pretty wild speculation, but I think, like, situationally, like, I mean, because someone's got to take over the Raiders.
Well, if
somebody that's got all of a sudden $80 million times 5,
yeah,
you might have enough cash to buy in, right?
And that's what I'm saying. If he gets a payout from the NFL of $500 million or something like that, I mean, and he's not working, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Buy a house in every state? No, he ain't going to do that. He's going to invest.
Yeah,
and he's going to invest in the company that let him go. And
he will have been exonerated to a certain point. Again, court of public opinion. I don't think you ever escape that, because you can't put that toothpaste back in the tube.
Right.
I don't think you ever get past that portion of it. But if we're talking about 20 years from now or 15 years from now,
It's not unheard of.
It's not unheard of, man.
Nope.
Yeah. I do think too that like I think a lot of people, I mean, obviously, yeah, all the things he said were terrible and blah blah blah, but who was he sending them to? Who was sending him things? Like it's just it does feel like he's going to get paid because he has legs to stand on, because there's no way in hell 600 however many emails it was, he's the one. Come on. Like, so has all the legs to stand on. He is going to get paid. So why not end up in that scenario? That seems so in the realm of possibility.
And
that's what I would do.
And we know Mark loves John Gruden.
Yeah.
It's not like
That was
Mark
his
and
guy.
John had a fallout.
Right.
We heard that firsthand. You know, that was his dude, man.
Mhm.
And he reluctantly had to let him go. I mean, his hand was forced. And and you see in that Florio thing, I mean, it was all speculation, of course, but I think Goodell kind of hit him up like, "Hey, bro, you got to let him go because there's more stuff coming. We're gonna punch you until you let him go."
And for those of you that hadn't heard it, Florio says, like, in this ESPN report, this latest one that came out, Goodell is transcripted as saying to Mark Davis, "There's more emails to come."
Ooh.
This was before they got leaked out. So Goodell, that's what there is something like, there is some shady, at a minimum, there is some shady ass shit going on. And they're out of 31, 32 teams in the NFL, we're the only ones that got the ass end of it. So,
I mean, at that level of power, there's shady shit going on.
Right, thank you. Yes.
Any and every, when there's that level of money and power on the line, like there's shady shit. Football, basketball, it doesn't matter. Even outside of the realm of sports. So yeah, they're all just trying to cover their asses at this point, So
absolutely,
I don't like my drama, but I do like other people's drama. So I am a little excited to see how this plays out.
Sure.
It'd be nice to see some people get their dues,
Well, I
Jerry
think it's
Jones, maybe.
definitely a very compelling story to follow.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty positive guy, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist or any of those kinds of things, although it's tough sometimes being a Raider fan to not be. But I do scoff, and we haven't even talked about this a lot on the show, but I scoff a lot at the hypocrisy of the NFL. I think that when you look at the way that they market certain things and from the different causes that they take up and how they it's 100% to make money.
Yeah. Oh,
they don't have a heart for causes. There is there is no more hypocrisy to me in sports than the NFL. Whether it's crucial cleats and you know what I mean, or crucial catch and the cancer awareness and any of the anti-hate stuff and the armed forces, the salute to service, and I think it's all bullshit. Like it's 100% bullshit. It's all fake.
Smoke screens.
It is. It's all money making and virtue signaling. I don't think anybody does that worse than the NFL. NBA is pretty bad too. But the NFL, I think it's hollow. I think it's all hollow. It's all about money. 100% about money and freaking perception. And that's why I don't care for Roger Goodell. Because it doesn't feel genuine. Like if it were genuine, those things are wonderful and they should be celebrated and should be marketed and should be, but it's not genuine. When I found out that they freaking charged the freaking armed forces for airtime and to do salute to service, I'm like, what do we do? Really? So are you really saluting the troops? Or are you just making cash? Just making cash. That's all it is, man. So anyways, I'll get off my soapbox there. Let's talk about something cooler than a fun story to talk about. And let's talk a little bit about Max Crosby. Swaggo, hit us a break there.
Absolutely.
Hey, Raider Nation. This is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on
And
Raiders
Michelle.
Fan Radio. Thank you so much.
No, we need to get more Michelle
baby.
IDs put in there.
We'll just hit up Max Crosby and be like, hey, can you just say the word
just say
Michelle? We'll just
Michelle.
edit that in.
That's what we need to do. Just hit up all these folks that have done IDs.
Just say Michelle.
Yeah, just say Michelle. Yeah. Pretty funny. All right. So speaking of Max Crosby,
Yeah.
what a segue, Swaggo.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about Max Crosby, and so there's been some fun stuff that came up about Max Crosby this week. So there is actually some pretty cool news. For those of you that aren't aware yet, Netflix released a new special called Quarterback, and it highlights Patrick Mahomes, Kirk Cousins, and Marcus Mariota. And they're kind of their season last year and about the life of a quarterback. It's produced by Peyton Manning.
Yep.
So he's got a big part in it. And in terms of like, not narrating, but like talking about being a quarterback in the NFL and that kind of good stuff. And if you're a fan of quarterback, it's fascinating. It's a fascinating insight. It's kind of like a Hard Knocksy kind of thing. It's definitely an insight. And Patrick Mahomes pretty much takes over. Like it's more the Patrick Mahomes show than it is Cousins and Mariota. But that makes sense, right? I mean, the guy's the best.
The big ticket item.
He's the best player in the league and might be, closing in on the best quarterback that's ever played in the game. So, I mean, and that's undeniable. And I'm going to say this, and let's go ahead and get into this real quick too before we get into the Max stuff that was revealed in the first episode. When you watch this thing, and I've only seen like the first 2 episodes fully, and then I've just kind of had it on and was listening to it and stuff. You realize real quick what a difference and what a margin there was in Patrick Mahomes and then other quarterbacks. And you can, whoever just popped into your brain, consider that person. Even when you look at the rivalry that he has now with Joe Burrow and Josh Allen, even Justin Herbert to a certain extent, the level of talent that's going on with a guy like Patrick Mahomes and then those other guys that he's got these more direct rivalries with, it's insane.
Yeah.
The disparity in talent is huge. Huge. Like, he's an athletic freak. They talk about his physiology and about how like his spine does things that people can't do.
Yeah.
They talk about his baseball history and and when you watch him now, after watching this thing, I realize this guy's playing baseball. They talk all the time about like I remember like in Antonio Gates, he used to talk about how his basketball playing background, or Anthony Gonzalez was like that. His basketball background influenced so much of what he was able to do on a football field. When you take into account what Patrick Mahomes did as a baseball player, and that his old man was a baseball player, a pretty damn good one, you see where all that no-look, off-balance shit comes from. We got an uphill climb as a team.
Yeah.
Not only with the Chiefs, because the Chiefs are good, but he's insanely good, and he's not going anywhere.
Right.
Like, Jeff, it's right.
He's 27 years old. And he's already talking about, hey, I saw Tom Brady play till he's 45, and I'm doing the same regimens. And if not taking a step further, this dude's going to be around for maybe 20 more years, maybe 15. Like, this guy ain't going anywhere. And, I have a couple of points that I want to make. So as a, obviously Raider fan first and foremost, but I just love football, right? Yeah. I love football. And I kind of watching that, it sucks to see the freaking the red and the yellow on the freaking screen, and I hate it. But you can respect greatness. And
absolutely.
And as much as I cannot stand Patrick Mahomes because he plays on the team that I hate the most, you gotta respect the game, man. This dude is seriously, like, no bullshit, like maybe gonna be one of the best that's ever done this. Like it's and it's so maddening because we hate him.
Sucks.
It sucks. But you can't do anything but respect the game. Like watching that and watching like just them highlighting certain things and stuff. You're just like, whoa, like this dude is legit, man. It's unbelievable.
And when it quickly though moves off of that, because I can't get too stuck into like, oh, look at how great he is.
Right.
I got to move off from that quickly and then move into, now I don't care what the Raiders do.
Yeah.
Do something. Anything.
And that's
take big swings, because we got the biggest of swings needed to beat his ass.
Well, and that was my point too, that, for anyone that got emotional, got upset, those folks that were so diehard and heartbroken that we moved on from our prior quarterback, do you think that he was going to compete with that? You look at Patrick Mahomes on Netflix talking about his rivalries. He talks about Josh Allen. He talks about Joe Burrow. He talks about Justin Herbert. He talks about all these other guys, and you see all these people. He talks about the Tennessee freaking Titans, about how every time we play them, it's a hard-fought battle. He didn't say shit about Derek Carr. He didn't say shit about anyone in the Raiders besides Max Crosby, because Max Crosby has the same kind of fire that Patrick Mahomes has, but the other 52, it wasn't cutting it. And Derek Carr was not going to get us to that level of success. So it really doesn't matter how you feel about Derek Carr and whether you think that he was done wrong or whatever. At the end of the day, do you want the Raiders to win? Because I don't think they were going to win with him. And so, for those people that were holding on, I mean, should we have moved it? We should have moved on 5 years ago, because we saw the best version of him, and then he started declining. He wasn't going to get any better after that. And so, so that's where you just take these big swings. So if anything else, be excited about Aiden O'Connell, because no one's seen him play. He might be the next guy. Be excited about Jimmy Garoppolo, because he, could reinvent himself in silver and black. I mean, be excited about what's going to happen, because what was happening, it wasn't there. And you can see it on the documentary. Like, bro, we weren't getting there.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of it, but, I don't even think my words conform. I know he's good. I get he's good. I get it. And I do have a hard time acknowledging it, but he is. Okay. I said it. But yeah, the thing about Derek Carr, and I know you said earlier that we weren't going to talk about him, but you kind of have to in this respect. You kind of have to, because we're talking quarterbacks here, that he wasn't going to get us there. Who is going to get us there? You said swing big. That's the key. We don't care at this point. It's kind of like try anything, because this guy is so good that, just trying to find my button. It's okay. I'll censor myself. But yeah, he's so good. Thank you. That you do have to swing away just to maybe even not even meet them where they're at, but try to at least compete on some level. And you are not going to do that sticking with what kind of works. You have to swing big and try to figure out what's going to get us to the next level. And because we weren't at it. And, you said 5 years ago, we weren't at it for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely. I'm telling you, it's very, if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it, because it's very, look, I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. And we all know how good the Chiefs have been lately. We know how good that he has been lately. We know about all that stuff. But when you see the competitiveness, the fiery nature of it, I'm telling you, it was where, Jeff, talked a lot about respecting the game. I do. I don't not respect it, but what it does instead is that it lights a fire under me for the Raiders to realize that, look, this is some serious shit. Mm-hmm. This is not we are not dealing with, an even playing field here in terms of a competitor. We don't even register as a rival. We're not even on the radar as a rival for the Chiefs and for Patrick Mahomes.
Sure.
That should be a resounding, understanding for us all as Raider fans, that we're not even on the radar. And the only guy that is on the radar is Max Crosby. And early on in the series, in the very first episode, they show the rivalry that's brewing between Max Crosby and Patrick Mahomes, and it's amazing. As much as I just told you right there that we got to realize that we got such a higher level to attain to. Well, we got one in place. We got 98 because he's doing it, and he's in Patrick's face all game long. They really kind of detail their exchanges in that first game last year where they came back and beat us after being down 17-0 or 16-0, whatever the hell it was. But man, Max Crosby does not stop coming. He's talking shit. He's got an old school Raider vibe to him. Even at one point, Patrick Mahomes is bitching about Max coming over and hitting him. He's like, "That's not necessary. What are you doing that for?" Whatever. And that's Matt Millen. That's Ted Hendricks.
Totally.
That's Al Zato. That's Raider freaking defense being played right there. And I've brought it up a lot here lately over the past few shows about how I would love to see the new version of the Raiders embrace that Raider mystique in whatever version that could look like in 2023. freaking Max Crosby's doing it. And so much respect to Max Crosby.
big.
And I've got some sound bites here. This is great. This is NFL Films doing an interview with Max, springing it on him that he's part of this new documentary.
So what's the relationship like with you and Patrick Mahomes?
It's great. After the games, he always comes up to me. I go up to him. But when it's between the quarters, he knows what time it is, and I know what time it is when he's out there.
He was mic'd for us every game.
Oh, for real?
He's part of the Netflix show that we're doing.
Oh, that's sick.
First, you guys played each other this year. I mean, it was awesome.
Oh, yeah. I need to see that.
All right, there you go. So again, the Raiders, we don't come out victorious in the end of that game, obviously, as you all know.
Right.
But it should be. It fired me up to see Max Crosby and to see the intensity and to see what he's kind of channeling.
Yeah.
In terms of Raider history, there was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, and Patrick Mahomes, he during that documentary, he does talk about the rivalry. He talks about the rivalry between the Chiefs and the Raiders, and he understands. Like he called it. He said it in the entire NFL, the Chiefs and Raiders rivalry. He said most epitomizes a college rivalry.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
he understands that. So kudos to you, Raider Nation, for keeping that going because and now we need to get more people besides Max Crosby into let's make it an actual rivalry.
Yeah.
We'd hated each other for 63 years, but let's start punching back a little bit.
That's a good point. That's a good call out because I said we didn't register as a rival, and while I don't think we register as a competitive rival now,
well, right,
but the history of it, he gets that part of it, and clearly Max does too.
And that's something you would think they would play in the locker room, because you would almost think that Patrick Mahomes and even Travis Kelce, they want to compete. They don't want to just beat up. You want to win, but you also want some level of competition, because what fun is that just to continually beat up on a team when it should be a big rivalry? It is. They are my most hated team. And I know I'm not the only one that hates them that much, obviously, because they're so good. But I have other teams, but they're my most hated. And I think that they want the competition too. Give them the competition. Oh God, it's just frustrating.
They had 4 touchdowns in that freaking game for Travis Kelce. You know what I mean? That was rough. As great as that start was, it didn't finish good at all. All right. So speaking of Max Crosby, though, I want to kind of celebrate him a little bit. As we are all becoming huge fans. Not like we weren't already, but we're becoming big fans of him. This is pretty cool. So I've got a clip of him on. Speaking of players I don't care for, Von Miller on the Voncast, on Von Miller's podcast. Von and Max have become kind of tight as they're sharing mutual appreciation for each other and their abilities as pass rushers. And so here he is on there, and he asks him about and Max kind of reveals the origin, which we actually played this on the show way back when it happened. But he talks about the origin of his nickname.
They call you Max the Condor. Do you remember the first time that you heard that name?
Yeah, I heard it my rookie year, week 4, we're playing the Colts, and that was the first time I really got real reps in a game. I was getting 15, 20 before that. I was struggling, and then I had my breakout game, and I've been starting since then. And Brian Baldinger, big shout out to Baldy. He's the man.
Baldy's breakdowns.
Baldy breakdowns, yeah. And that's where it came from. He made a breakdown on Twitter. And he was like, man, this guy's got super long arms, looks like a condor out there flying around and blah, blah, blah. And it stuck, and now all the fans and all them call me that. So I love it. I feel like I have 10 different nicknames, but I just, I roll with all of them.
Oh, I timed it perfectly. I didn't.
Yeah,
you did good.
Patrick Claybon with NFL Network here. Hey, folks, I know 3 things you might like. Do you like football? Do you like the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you like listening to things? I'll add a 4th. Do you like swag?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here we got Swag Jeff, Murf, Uncle Mosh. This is Raiders Fan Radio.
All right, appreciate you, Raider Nation. Appreciate you jumping in here for episode number 292. Swag Jeff, let them know what we got going on there as far as our giveaway and where we're at.
Absolutely. Well, hey, and Pineapple just jumped in with poker chip number 14 with a $20 donation. So much respect to Pineapple. Aloha to you, my friend. And so if you tuned in late, we are raffling off this signed Devontae Adams white road jersey with the beautiful signature, Beckett certificate of authenticity. Every $10 donation tonight via Super Chat, PayPal, any of that goes to the One Nation Foundation and gets you one entry into winning that thing. We're at $420 tonight.
Hey, let's go.
So let's keep it going, man. Let's do it big for the One Nation Foundation. Let's get in the mix.
All right. Appreciate you, Raider Nation, so very, very much for your generosity, and look forward to giving that thing here away in a little bit. We've got just a couple more things to get to before we get to our no, we got like 3 things to get to, and then we're out of here.
Yeah.
All right. So, I've kind of been on a crusade here lately, guys.
Have you?
Yeah, a little bit. I've been soapboxing pretty hard about this. I don't want to paint a broad stroke. There are some Raider fans,
yes,
that are of a younger persuasion that I think at times have challenges when it comes to processing the history of the Oakland, Los Angeles, and Las Vegas Raiders, and what the significance of a lot of the the origins of it. Okay. And the origins of a Raider Nation, the origins of Al Davis, the origins of what it means to be a Raider, what it means to be a Raider fan, even. No one's ever going to tell you how to fan your fandom. The only way we ever look at people and we're not here. It doesn't matter if we, what our opinions are. But in terms of being a fan, I think the things that we think that are important are the amount of passion in which you bring to this fandom. It doesn't mean we all have to agree. Doesn't mean that it doesn't matter how many games you've been to, how many jerseys you own. Like none of that stuff matters. The only thing that matters is how passionate you are. But I think, unfortunately, sometimes it gets lost. And I'm on Twitter all the time. But it gets lost in social media. The significance of Al Davis, the messages of Al Davis, kind of what it is to be a Raider. And unfortunately, with that lack of winning comes those things, because without the winning, and you've got a history, if you're a 25-year-old person and you've got the 20 years of the team sucking, I get it why you kind of have that viewpoint or that negative outlook, and it's only the older folks like us that have an understanding of the history of the Raiders and knew what it felt like when your team was the best team in football, and it was the most feared in football, and we were the villains of the NFL, and that it was being a Raider fan was badass. And people wanted to be the Raider because they wanted to wear the silver and black. They wanted to have that pirate on there. You wanted to wear a Raider shirt because you wanted to have a pirate on you. You wanted to tattoo it onto your body because it was badass to have a freaking pirate on you. Like that kind of stuff. And so I think that a lot of that stuff, unfortunately, it can get lost. So I've been on this kind of crusade to kind of, for whatever, influence we can have over our listening audience. And I know we got a lot of old school Raider fans. So I know I'm preaching to the choir to many, many, many of you. But if any of you are newer Raider fans and our voices are new to you, we want to celebrate the greatness of Al Davis and celebrate the greatness of the history of this organization. And so we're going to jump back in to some Al comments and what he had to say in terms of building the finest organization in the history of sports.
As a young guy, I had a dream that someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports. I had total confidence, not arrogance, confidence that wherever I went, I could build the finest organization. The dream was to have the greatest players, the greatest coaches, play in the greatest games, and of course, have the best records. That was my dream, and I felt I could do it. There are several characteristics of the team: fear, the intimidation, the mystique about it, quick strike, touchdowns, the great games we've played in, the fact that off the field, we are Mavericks. All the players who've passed through our locker rooms who've worn the silver and black are guys that we love. They're always welcome back. The door is always open because they've worn that uniform, and I feel that we've shared in their glory and we perpetuate it. But yet when we talk about the past, we talk about the greatness of the Raiders, and so I feel that we have a debt to them. I, for one, will never forget that debt. That's the legacy that we leave to those who come after us.
All right, there we go. I mean, let's not let it get lost how important this man was to not only the history of the NFL, but obviously to the Raiders. And while I can acknowledge, and I think a lot of us that are diehard Al folks, I think we can acknowledge that he kind of lost his fastball towards the end.
Sure.
But any of this slander to Al Davis, like disparaging what he was, save it, man. There ain't no room for it. And I see it more and more frequently on the socials and looking. Again, I get it because there's a losing culture now with this Raider team, but that's not how this thing was for a very, very long time. We were one of the most significant franchises in the history of sports. At one point, the Raiders had the highest winning percentage of any team sport in any team, like better than the Montreal Canadiens, the New York Yankees, the Boston Celtics. Like there was the freaking Raiders. And so, anyways, this is not me lamenting for past. This isn't me going like, oh, we used to be great and blah, blah, blah. It's just that I think that it's important to echo this stuff. You guys have any comments before I want to get into some of what Al has to say? Okay. Al is like, not trying to deify him in any kind of way, but he was such a brilliant orator and he had brilliant things to say. And when you hear his comments, you hear him speak passionately about the Raiders. It kind of hits me in my fandom feels a little bit. But when you look at some of the things, look at some of these terms that Al coined. No other owner in any sport came up with things like this. Just win, baby. Top of the list. Just win, baby is our mantra. It's the epitome of the freaking Raiders is just win, baby. Just like once a Raider, always a Raider. We heard those comments from Al just now. Him talking about the legacy and honoring the legacy of those that celebrated championships. It's the reason at the beginning of this show we're talking about why Lester Hayes needs to be in the Hall of Fame. Once a Raider, always a Raider, man. Honoring the past. The fire that burns brightest in the Raiders organization is the will to win. Now, granted, you may make some bad decisions. Al may have, overdrafted players towards the end, overpaid for free agents. But it was only because he wanted to win more than anything else. He was willing to take the biggest of risks, willing to think outside the box because he only wanted to win. He also said we would rather be feared than respected. 100%.
Yeah.
Get the people on the field that you're competing against thinking about everything else other than the fact that they're in the middle of a football game. Have them be afraid of our fans. Have them think that the facility sucks. Have them be intimidated. Have them block the bus on the way in, Sean Merriman. You don't think that shit was by design?
Right.
That's Al Davis right there. You don't adjust. You just dominate. This guy did not want first downs. He wanted touchdowns. He didn't want to beat you by 3. He wanted to beat you by 50 and have you crying on the way home. That's what it was all about. Go watch Al Davis's 1992 Pro Football Hall of Fame enshrinement speech. It's one of the most amazing things ever. I'm not going to play it for you here because it's like 20 minutes long, but it's amazing. But if there you heard him say, I had a dream someday I would build the finest organization in professional sports. He also said they said you had to take what the defense gave you. He said, no, we're going to take what we want. It's not up to you. It's up to us. We're going to dictate to you what happens in this game. Also, one of my favorite ones. The quarterback must go down, and he must go down hard. That's Max Crosby on Patrick Mahomes right there.
Absolutely.
Give him that extra little shove.
Yep.
Put him on his freaking stupid Kermit
headbutt him and do all that stuff and yell at him and all that.
Go look at Ben Davidson spearing freaking Lenny Dawson. And I'm not sitting here trying to tell you that, illegal play is the way to go. But hey, you got to push the limits. There used to be a sign in the Raider locker room that said, what, Jeff? Do you remember?
Yeah, rule number 1, cheating is encouraged. Rule number 2, see rule number 1.
There you go.
100%.
There you go. Al said this, and this is in his Hall of Fame speech. Jeff and I play this when we do the Tales from the Nation show. We all know time never really stops for the great ones. It reaches out and wraps them in the cloak of immortality.
Oh, that's hard as hell.
Yep.
It's like a freaking...
That is, yeah.
It's in a movie. Like, brilliant. Yeah. Wraps them in a cloak of immortality. And last, I'll give you this one, Raider Nation, then take us to a break, Swag Jeff. Aside from my will to win, my commitment to excellence, the fire that burns brightest in me is the great love and enthusiasm that I have and have had for the game of football and for everyone and everything connected with it. I love the game. I love the league. I love my team.
Nobody enjoyed a good Donnybrook more than sixth-year linebacker Phil Villapiano.
This is Phil Villapiano, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
Oh gosh, that fires me up, man. I'm sorry.
Yep.
You know, I just I
could listen to Al Davis all day long,
right?
Literally all day long,
all day long,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, just hearing my favorite thing is hearing him say "Just win, baby." That he just has that swag and that like delivery that just really makes you want to just run through people.
Yep.
You know, and then the wall behind the person. You know, it just like really
Yeah.
makes you want to do that. I love him.
Absolutely. And you know, and speaking of that too, like I love like his look.
Yeah.
That gangster ass look, the slick back hair,
We
the
were talking
jumpsuit.
about that the other. We were talking about that the other day. I showed you a picture or whatever, and just like the sweater that he had on with the shield right there. I'm like, I want that. Like, just
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but just the swag.
We
that he
should
had,
dress like him in Vegas when we go to Vegas. We should have
Deal.
a night where we just
for a
Al
Halloween
Davis it up.
show. We just all go as Al Davis.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, deal.
I'm so in for that. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And or jumpsuits or the black leather with the deep V with the fur.
Oh, yeah. However you want to do it. Yeah. Your favorite owl, come
Yep.
as your favorite owl.
There you go. There you go.
That's awesome. All right. So speaking of, Al Davis said he wanted to build the finest team in professional sports.
Yeah.
All right, Raider Nation, you ready for this? We're gonna build a team. You ready?
There you go.
Okay, we're gonna do a draft. So as I mentioned,
Okay, preface that with and give respect to Just Win Wendy.
Yes. At the top of the show, I mentioned that Just Win Wendy brought up the idea of the conversation that was going on the JT the Brick Show and threw it out there as an idea for a topic for us here at Raiders Fan Radio. And much respect to Wendy, and look forward to seeing her probably at the preseason game. We'll get a chance to see Wendy. So the idea was addressing the best players at each position. And in terms of like who you would pick throughout Raider history for each position. Well, since time's a little bit of a concern around here, we don't want to go through draft 150 or discuss 150 players. We thought it'd be fun to do kind of like a top 11 draft.
Yeah.
By these different positions. And so we're going to do a snake draft. We're going to pass it around the room.
Yep.
Chat room. Get in on this. We want to know your answers too.
We want to know your answers, and we want to know after the draft is over who has the best team.
Yeah.
So after we've done this draft, and we're only going to do it's got like 10 or 15 seconds per pick.
Yeah, we're going to move it quick.
And
we're not going to whip out.
So in the premise of the draft, so we're picking one quarterback, one running back, one wide receiver, one tight end, one O lineman, one defensive end, one linebacker, one corner, one safety, one kicker, and one coach. And that's what we're going to do. So we're going to do a snake draft. So for the draft order, so I'm going to go third. I'm just going to go third because I'm a gentleman and a scholar.
Okay.
And I think ladies first.
Oh, nice.
Okay, well there you go. I love it. Okay, so with the number 1 overall pick, Michelle.
And you can pick any position just as we're going, right?
Position
so
as we
we're
go
not
through.
starting
And if
in
you're
quarterback. Like, I don't have to
unsure,
start at the
you don't have to start as a quarterback.
Oh,
So
no.
you do
Okay.
whatever.
Oh,
and
well.
if you're not sure who you have left, you let me know. I'm going to keep track.
Okay. Well, I mean, here's the thing, chat. I choosing from the heart. So, I got to go Charles Woodson.
Well, of course you
Number
are.
1 overall pick. Would you like safety Charles Woodson or corner Charles Woodson?
Damn it. Oh, no. Okay,
interesting.
give me corner Charles Woodson.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Good call, Michelle. I knew you were going with 24.
I mean, I almost went Ked Stabler, and then I felt bad because I know you might want to take him. So I
that's so
did
nice. That's
feel
so
a little
nice.
because,
Thank you.
I mean, my top 3 quarterbacks, they're all good. So
Okay. Well, that's
Okay, Murf, you're
all
on the clock.
Okay, Michelle, just pick mine.
Were you going to go Woodson first overall?
No, Stabler, I think.
She left Kenny on the table.
I left him on the table.
I'm
for
picking
him.
with my heart and my
Pick with your
brain on that
heart
one.
and your-
I'm taking Kenny because John Madden said if I needed someone to make a pass
There
in
you
the
go.
biggest game possible, it's Kenny damn Stabler. Give me Kenny all day long.
Yep. Okay, I will take.
Now it's reverse order. So now you pick twice.
So I'm going to pick twice. So I will go Marcus Allen.
Oh, going with the dominant running game out of the
Yep.
gate.
Okay.
And then I will take. I'm going to take Cliff Branch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay, good deal. All right.
Okay, Murph is on the clock.
Okay, so you can have all the greatest players in the world. Ain't gonna do nothing if you don't have a great coach. Give me John Madden.
There you go.
Hey, let's go. I love Tyrone Graves' first pick, Sebastian Janikowski. Oh, Ebony said it too. Seabass.
Oh, nice.
I love it. I
Okay.
love it.
All right,
so
Michelle.
I have
You
to-
got 2.
Now you get
Now
I
you
have
got 2.
2. Okay, well, let me make the rest of my draft good. I'm going Al Davis.
As the
What's he-
coach.
as the coach, as my coach.
I
yeah,
love
as
it.
my
Excellent.
coach.
Yeah,
as my
good
coach.
call. Good
Okay,
call.
and then Oh, you know what? Let me go. Oh goodness. Let me go Jim Plunkett as my
You're gonna go
quarterback.
Plunkett as
Let
your
me take my quarterback. Yeah, let me take him.
Okay. Oh, it leaves LaMonica on the board for freaking Swaggo or Gannon. Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Don't worry about that.
Or Gannon.
Worry about your own damn team.
Yeah.
Hey. All right, so I've got a great coach. I've got a great quarterback.
Yeah.
I got to have somebody to throw the ball to. So give me Freddie Belichick.
Ah, shoot. Okay.
Okay.
Now you're picking twice.
Now I'm picking twice. All right. Give me Dave Casper.
Okay.
Mm.
Tight end action there. Okay.
And then give me Gene Upshaw.
Oh, damn it, Jeff.
Okay, Jeff.
How many linemen are we picking?
One.
Just one.
Just one.
Okay. All right. Well, that's your brain was going where mine is. I got to protect Kenny, so give me Art Shell. Actually, no, I take that back.
Okay.
Because I'm going to pick. Gosh, I can't believe I'm leaving Art Shell on the board. But if we're only picking one lineman, I've got to protect my quarterback. Give me Lincoln Kennedy. Wow.
Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't see that coming. Is it me?
Yep, it is you.
Oh, Raider Dank Vader says Wisniewski.
Oh.
Steve Wisniewski would have been a good one. That would have been a really good lineman to pick. Yeah.
Okay, so I need someone to throw to. I'm going Tim Brown.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Timmy Brown.
Yeah. He's my second favorite Raider.
Oh, there you go.
Pick with my heart, guys.
All right. One more for you.
Oh, one more for me.
that's
Okay,
right, that's
okay,
right.
okay. You know what? I'm going Max Crosby. I want to go young. I'm going to go
nice.
young.
Go
yeah.
young.
I love that pick.
I had
I
a
do
lot of
too. You know
older
what?
picks, but let's.
You know what? I'm with you.
Yeah.
I love that
He
one.
deserves to be on there. Yeah.
All right. I've got to get after the other team's quarterback.
Okay.
Give me Raiders all-time sack leader Greg Townsend.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Ooh, this is fun.
This is fun.
Yeah, this is way more fun than I even thought it was going to be, and I didn't think it was going to suck.
Okay. All right. Let's see. So for my next two picks, give me Lester Hayes.
Oh,
nice.
Dang. I was going to pick him in Paul's honor, but you did it.
And then let me get let's see. Give me Jack Tatum.
Oh,
Ah,
man.
shit.
Oh,
Jackass.
yeah.
Damn it. Nah, I was thinking Jack too, because I need to take care of the middle of the field.
Mm.
All right, Murph.
So, since I'm lacking.
Paul says swag wins.
So, being that I need to, I got to run the football still too, but that's okay. I got to play some defense. So so I've got Greg Townsend coming off the edge. I'm going to need someone to patrol the middle of the field and play middle linebacker. So give me Matt Millen. Give me double Nichols. Give me 55 there.
All right, Michelle.
I want to go Kirk Morrison though so bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I got to go with my boy because I feel like we have a connection. I'm going to go Rod Martin.
Oh,
He's my linebacker. I want him.
Solid,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Really like
That's a really
that's
good
my
one.
boy. So
Yeah. That's your best friend.
he's my best friend. So.
All right, you're up again, Michelle.
Yeah, you got
Oh
another
shoot,
one.
I'm up again. Oh goodness. Okay.
All right, so you need. So let me just run it down.
Dave Dalby in the chat room there. Good one.
Let's see. So let's go. So you need.
I need a running
You
back.
need a running back, tight end, O-line, safety, kicker.
Okay. Oh geez. Okay. Let me go Bo Jackson.
I'm surprised it took this long for us to get to Bo.
Yeah.
All right, what do I need, Swaggo?
Running back, tight end, corner, safety, kicker.
I need a corner still. Willie Brown, man.
Oh.
Give me Willie. The old man Willie. Mike Haynes could be in that conversation, but I got to go Willie.
All right.
We can't do this draft if someone not pick Willie Brown.
That's true.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
Very
All right. Let's go.
Todd Christensen in there for tight end. That's a good call, Paul.
Yep. 100%.
Howie Long is still on the board. Tyrone Graves says.
Yeah, he won't be.
He won't be for long.
You know what?
Oh, no.
Raider Loco. If we had to take more than maybe one or two corners, I might go Namdi.
Yeah.
He was so freaking dominant on the worst freaking football team.
Absolutely. All right. Let's see. Let me go. Ted Hendricks is my linebacker.
Okay.
Good one.
Okay.
Yep. And then let me go. I'm gonna go Seabass.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because we need a kicker.
We do need a kicker.
Oh, jeez. Kicker's going to start coming off the board now.
Yeah.
There's going to be a run on kickers.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a run on punters?
Actually,
well, anyone that kicks the ball. So I guess you could
be. Yeah.
don't want to get.
That's your pick.
Nobody shifts field position like Ray Guy, but I feel like I don't know if I want to go Ray Guy.
Okay.
Who else we got on it? I need a running back.
You need running back, tight end, safety, kicker.
Okay, I got to play some good defense. So, so wait a minute. You took Charles Woodson.
Yeah,
corner.
I took him as a corner.
Can I take Charles Woodson safety?
It. Oh man, I should have.
I mean, I guess you could.
You could.
I don't know. Is that?
Yeah,
I feel like that's too much of a stretch there.
Well, if you won't, she will.
Charles Woodson's on the team.
Yeah.
No, I won't do that. I won't do that.
Well, the only safety that's off the board is Jack Tatum.
Yeah, so I got Atkinson in there.
Yeah.
I got Eddie Anderson in there.
Uh-huh.
I feel like it's still a little early to take Atkinson. Oh my gosh. Like go Stuart Swigert. And that's not a joke. I love Stu.
Choose from your heart.
Badass.
Choose from your
heart. Dang it. I'm okay. You know what? I'm going to go for my heart.
Okay, go from your heart.
And the chat room may not get this one, and I'm okay. Oh, Raider Dank Vader says Rod Woodson. That would be a good one.
Oh,
yep.
But no, you know what? Watch this. Give me Charlie Garner as my running back.
Okay.
Give me Charlie Garner. He was so dynamic and so good and such a huge part. I know him and Wheatley, like there's a lot of choices in that early 2000s era, but freaking Charlie Garner was a badass, man. And I liked him better than Napoleon Kaufman. So anyways.
Is this where I get 2 in a row?
You get 2 in a row.
Oh, sweet. Okay. I kind of want to take Ben Davidson's for the mustache alone. No, well, but you know what?
Oh, hold on,
I think I am going to take Howie Long.
Okay. Oh,
so I'm going to take Howie. Yeah. And then
do you already have a defensive end?
Oh, did I? Oh, I took Max Crosby.
No, he's a tackle. You could. Oh, Howie played inside. You could put him.
We
in
don't have defensive tackle as a.
Oh, you just have a defensive.
Yeah, just
lineman.
defensive lineman.
Okay.
Okay. Scratch that then. Then let's go. Oh, I need a tight end though, don't I?
Yep.
Okay, Todd Christensen. Let me take him.
Take Todd Christensen.
Let me take him. And then I still need an O-line and what? A kicker?
You need O-line, safety, kicker.
O-line, safety, kicker. Okay, let me take George Atkinson for my safety.
So I can't rescind a pick, huh?
Nope. So
you want to do? Is it a trade? Are we trading? Is there a trade? What's the
trade?
trade?
Going to cost me a pick though?
Yeah, it might cost you. Yeah, it might cost you a pick.
Tyrone Graves. When he said pick from the heart, I should have picked Marcel Reese. That's my freaking guy, man. And Marcel Reese could run the fuck.
That was from the heart.
Run the football and catch it. He was such a dynamic passer. So anyways, I missed that one. Okay, so I need a tight end, and I've got my running back already. So who do I need, Jeff?
You need a tight end,
a kicker,
and a safety.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, give me Ray Guy now. I'll take Ray Guy.
Okay.
The only punter in the Hall of Fame. We're gonna change field position and then lock you down with freaking Greg Townsend.
All right. All right. So I've got. Let's go. I'm gonna go LaMonica.
Of course.
And I'm gonna go Howie Long.
Oh, solid, bro. I can't believe this late in the game and you got those two guys.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because I'm really good at this.
All right. I need a safety, yes.
You need safety and a tight end.
Safety and a tight end. Are we okay? I have a question.
Okay.
Are we considering this player's entirety of their career? Or are we considering this player at the time in which they were the greatest? So, like by season or things like that.
A Raider
great.
Raider great.
A Raider great.
A Raider great. Well, because I'm thinking, so I need a tight end. I'm thinking Zach Miller is on the board, who was amazing, but for a very short period of time.
I'm surprised you're not going with your guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you wore his number in high school.
Oh, with Mervin Fernandez? But he was a wide receiver.
Oh.
If you want a tight end.
He's a tight end.
No, he's a wide receiver.
Oh.
So I've got Zach Miller on the board. I've got Darren Waller on the board.
You've got Darren Waller.
I know that's a recent wound, but he was
a phenom.
amazing.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
But then I've got Raymond Chester.
You got Ray Chester.
And I'm an old school guy, man. And those are the guys I grew up with. And Raymond Chester's Super Bowl champion. Like, give me Ray Chester, man. Yeah, that's a tough one. Because Ray was great for a long time.
Yep.
Too.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle.
All right.
You need an O-line and a kicker.
Oh, okay. Well, this is easy. Give me. Let's go Art Shell for the O-line.
Oh, there you go. I love these answers, by the way.
Yeah.
Inside.
Yeah,
it's amazing. I can't wait to go back and listen.
Go back and
Ron
look,
the Moderator says Michael Mayer.
a lot of Kirk Morrison, a lot of Van McElroy, a lot of Zach Miller, Chris Warren,
There you
Shane
go.
Leckler in there. Like, there's some great answers.
There you go.
And
All right.
I'm going to go young again.
Okay.
I'm going to go Daniel Carlson
Sure,
for
why
a
not?
kicker because,
Hey, there you
he's
go.
come through for us a lot.
Absolutely.
So,
Yep.
and, you know,
Absolutely.
the future of the Raiders.
Absolutely.
Sure is. Good call.
All right, Murph. Who's your safety?
My safety, and then that's it, huh? Then I'm done.
And then you're done.
And Atkinson
Maybe you're done. Maybe you're not.
Atkinson and Tatum are off the board, yeah?
Yes,
Atkinson and Tatum are
they're
off the board.
gone.
I got to go Eddie Anderson then. Give me Eddie Anderson. Ooh, actually,
Not too late. The ink hasn't dried.
It's not too late.
ink hasn't dried. Okay, here's my controversial pick. This
Okay,
is
go.
this is my wild card.
Okay, do
Ready
it.
for my
What?
wild card?
No, because. Okay, go. Who's your safety?
Tyvon Branch.
Wow.
Fast, could hit. Again, played on some really challenging freaking defenses and teams. Tyvon Branch was a freaking stud, man. So good. Give me
All
Tyvon Branch. Him and Michael Huff back there. Yeah. What's Van City Raiders keeps yelling Stu. I'm with you. I was this close to going with Stu, but I think I got to go Tyvon Branch just because he was such an athletic freak, man.
Since no one took Charles Woodson as a safety, it should just be /S by the CB.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
All right. So for the last pick,
okay.
Oh,
the Iceman, Tom Flores.
Oh, for
heck,
as my coach.
absolutely,
All right.
1,000%.
All right.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
That was
Okay.
fun. Good
Okay.
stuff.
Good
fun.
stuff. Okay. All right. One more thing. Everyone gets one bonus pick.
Oh God.
You got one wild card spot. One more guy.
Okay.
Any position you want, any player you want that's not been chosen.
Okay, Michelle.
Okay.
Michelle,
okay.
you go first.
Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go Mike Haynes.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a great
one.
one.
I love the fat. I love all that.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's go that.
That's good. That's a good one.
Ooh,
Okay. Well,
an
then.
extra pick. That was
All right,
fun.
and watch this. Now,
Uh-oh.
this just solidified my defense.
Okay.
I've got Willie Brown on one side and Nnamdi Asomugha on the other.
Oh,
Defense is done.
stacked.
Oh, I'm covering everything, and Greg Townsend is gonna freaking destroy your quarterback.
There you go. You go.
That just won it. Thank you, Jeff, for the bonus pick.
Absolutely. All right. So my
Frank Loco says Murph going with Reese. I would have if I wasn't able to pair up corners like that.
there you go.
Yeah.
Let's see. So for my final pick, I am going to go with I think I'm going to go with Lyle Alzado.
Oh my gosh, I almost went with him.
Okay.
I do like Lyle Alzado.
All right. So now we're going to leave this
All
up
right,
to
here we
the
go.
chat. Okay. So
Randy Moss for the mascot.
Oh,
Big Ten
my,
says.
yeah, no kidding. No kidding. All right. So Team Michelle, we
The
have
best.
Charles Woodson, Al Davis, Jim Plunkett, Tim Brown, Max Crosby, Rod Martin, Bo Jackson, Todd Christensen, George Atkinson, Art Shell, Daniel Carlson, and Mike Haynes.
God, that's a good
Good,
team.
man. That's good, Michelle.
team.
Good job.
That's
Good job, Michelle.
Team Murph. Yeah, solid. I love it.
Job.
I love it. Team Murph. Kenny Stabler. John Madden. Freddie B. Lincoln Kennedy. Greg Townsend. Matt Millen. Old Man Willie. Charlie Garner. Ray Guy. Ray Chester. Tyvon Branch. Nnamdi Asomugha.
Say less, Jeff.
There you go.
I'd just like to thank everybody for coming to the show tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your support in my victory in this draft.
Hold on
It
now.
was an what?
Hold on.
Team Swag.
Oh, jeez.
Marcus Allen.
That's good.
Cliff Branch. Dave Casper. Gene Upshaw.
You're scoring all the touchdowns.
Scoring all the touchdowns. Yeah. Marcus Allen, Cliff Branch, Dave Casper, Gene Upshaw, Lester Hayes, Jack Tatum, Ted Hendricks, Seabass, Daryl LaMonica, Howie Long, Tom Flores, and Lyle Alzado.
Oh, nicely done, Jay.
There you go.
Nicely
Although
done.
my team is getting all the interceptions of those touchdowns.
That is true. Okay, chat. We're going to go to break. You let us know who you think has the best of the best team.
Mine.
I take all three of them. Man,
Well,
they're
right,
so
yeah, I
good.
know, right? You can't go wrong. That was fun,
That
man.
was
That's
fun.
Looking. He's under the gun.
And my favorite part will be listening to all and go back and
Oh,
reading all
yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Jeff, I see your sea of fans.
Yes.
And I raise you Raiders and pop culture.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, because I jumped the gun.
That's okay.
Premature.
Premature Paul Killation.
Which is an amazing freaking segue into what one of these clips is about. So we're just going to go with that.
Premature something?
Oh, yeah. So,
right on.
Okay, so this came to us via our good buddy Chuck McCann, president of the New Jersey chapter of the Black Hole. And he sent a text and he said, I'm watching this show on Amazon Prime called I Am Virgo.
Okay.
Okay. And so he said, it's got one of the funniest Raiders and pop culture references that I've ever heard. I'm cracking up on the couch. You guys got to share it. So I'm going to share this with you. It's a little adult themed, or as we talked about earlier when you talked about like some of the raunchy comedies, right, of the 80s and whatever. Oh, nice. It's kind of in that thread. Okay, so just for if you've got any younger ears in the car, you may want to move on, turn this part down. There's an F-bomb in here, and it's dealing with that idea, Jeff, that when sometimes some things happen a little early and you don't want them to, as a guy, you don't want it to happen.
Well, as a girl, you don't either.
That is true.
That is true. But as a guy, what could you do about it? Okay, right? So here's what they have to say.
I just yell, Raiders!
Really?
Yep.
What does that do?
I mean, it's like, if you get overwhelmed and you like you about to bust, it's just, it distracts you, and it's Raiders, so it's just doors. Like, just make you feel like Marshawn or something like
Marshawn Lynch? So imagine Marshawn Lynch having sex with the girl you're having sex with.
Look, just try it right now, okay? Just Raiders. Okay. Whoa.
No.
Louder.
Oh.
Just
okay.
Really throw it. Raiders.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
It's incredible. Right on. Thank you, Chuck.
What show is this?
It's called I Am Virgo.
I have to look it up.
I've never seen it other than I looked up. That was episode 3 of I Am Virgo. So I went on there to pull the clip off of there. But I thought that was so funny.
That's amazing.
He's like, he's talking about Marshawn Lynch. He's making sound effects and stuff.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
too funny.
That's awesome.
That is too funny. All right, so actually, but I've got one other, just a quick Raiders and pop culture, and then we're going to get into the Sea of Fans mailbag. This comes to us from listener and co-host of this show, Michelle.
Hey.
She sent us a text and said, "Hey, did you see Dave Grohl?"
My
Dave
favorite.
Grohl, of course, your favorite, famously the drummer for Nirvana and lead singer and songwriter for Foo Fighters, was wearing a Raider visage on a shirt that I've got it right here.
Oh, you have it?
Yep,
Okay.
I've got it right here on a shirt that he was wearing. So it's a Breeders tour shirt for those of you that are familiar with the band Breeders, but it's got the Raiders shield and it's got the pirate, and the pirate's one of the girls from the Breeders, is what the face has changed a little bit. But as Michelle said, it's just kind of cool to see freaking Dave Grohl
Yeah, absolutely.
in silver and black, man. It's
100%.
so cool, man. So good job, listener Michelle, wherever you're at. Appreciate you sending us that Raiders and pop culture. All right, Swaggo, take us to see fans.
Okay.
Yes, fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's fired, he's thrown. It is.
Oh, I got one more thing I got to say. And then I'm promising we'll get into see fans.
Okay, say that shit.
With this jersey away.
Oh, yeah.
I should have said this at the top of the show at respect. This comes from Foster Moreau. After a few tumultuous months, I've been blessed with the news that I'm in full remission from Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm so grateful to everyone who reached out to offer their love and support. Our prayers were answered. From here, I will continue to live my life as God intended.
Oh, that's
Much
fantastic.
respect.
Right?
That's incredible news.
Much respect. That's incredible news.
Yeah.
Incredible news. Incredible news. So hey, so I want to flash up this jersey one more time before we get into Paul's email. So we need $60 to get to $500 for the night.
Hey, let's
so
go.
so yeah, so hey, so get in the mix, man. Every $10 that you donate, get you one poker chip into running in. To win it is what I'm saying. So right, exactly. It's got the Beckett certificate of authenticity, beautiful signature, all that. We're at $440. We need $60 to get to $5, and yeah, it's get in the mix, man. Why not? It's going to the One Nation Foundation.
Hey, why not? All right, Michelle. Who do we got over there? We got. Oh, I suppose I should say you can contact this show in a multitude of ways.
Hey.
You can call us at 909-345-3346. That is 909-345-3346. And you can leave us a voicemail, and we will play that voicemail on the show. And if we play it 3 times, you can become a made man or a made woman here at Raiders Fan Radio. Or you can also send us an email. And if you email the show an indefinite amount of times, you can become a made man or made woman that way.
Good man, bitches. Good man.
I love your laugh. Jeff just goes. But anyways, you can become a made man or a made woman that way. And so we've got one emailer tonight. This is the Sea of Fan mailbag, literally, Michelle.
Sea of Fan.
Sea of Fan. But it is one of the goats of the emailers. And who do we have tonight?
We have Paul. Paul. Also, too, Raider Dank Vader, he just donated 20.
Hey.
Thank you, Raiders
thank
Fan
you, Raider
Radio.
Vader.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank
All
you.
right,
Thank
we
you.
need $40 to $5.
Oh, okay. All right, y'all donate while I'm reading this email. It's a whole page.
Good do it.
Here we go. Evening, everybody. I hope you all are well and suitably recovered from your July 4th celebrations. There's no doubt in my mind that we are heading into a nail-biting, knife-edge kind of season. If everything falls into place for us, then we could see huge progression from everyone. But if is the biggest word in the English language. If Josh Jacobs signs a deal, if Divine Diablo nails that linebacker spot, if our rookie class hits the ground running, if Trayvon Murray, his name gets me all the time too. Y'all know who I'm saying. Finds his form. If Josh McDaniels' game management improves. If Jimmy G stays healthy. If Patrick Graham can solidify the defense. All of which is possible, but it's likely that some or all could go the other way as well. So what record will Raider Nation accept this season? Would another 6-11 be okay? Providing we start to see an upturn everywhere on the field. If, for example, the turnover stats are more positive, red zone offense improves, we see more overall consistency, better execution, and we look like we're heading in the right direction. Or are we all demanding 10-7 at least? Personally, while always hoping for 17-0, I'd be okay with a 9-8 as a minimum, providing we see that improvement. I'd then buy into another good draft with the view to crushing it from year 3 onwards. Whatever happens this year, though, I want to see positivity and aggression from everybody. Really go for it. No more trying to hang on to leads, get ahead, and keep your foot on the opposition's throats. Al Davis once said, "You don't adjust, you just dominate." We have to find our identity again, so learn how to dominate and stay in that mindset.
Come on.
Yeah, we cannot, under any circumstances, see any signs of a game like last year in New Orleans. Otherwise, I'll be first in the queue, front and center with my pitchfork and torch. At some point, the NFL gods are going to shine on us, and we'll start to look like a proper football team again. We were closer last season than some give us credit for. Most of our problems were our own fault. So we need to see more from the players and from Josh McDaniels so that we can trust him, if only in the short to medium term. The FC West doesn't hold any fear for me this year. The Chiefs are still the team to beat and will stay that way until Andy, Big Fat Fatty Reed, decides to retire. The Chargers are the same old overrated waste of time, whereas the Broncos could be tougher this year. If Sean Payton can get something out of Russell Wilson. I don't believe I don't believe that either. But when all is said and done, there's no reason at all why we can't make the postseason. I still haven't done a season record prediction because I'm waiting to see our final roster. I believe there are 9 games that are 50-50. So if we can get that level of execution right, why not shoot for the playoffs? So you see I've used the word if quite a bit this week. It's all going to come down to consistency and execution from the team and trust from us in the coach, which shouldn't be hard, really, as the only thing you shouldn't trust is a fart. Ain't that right, Uncle Mosh?
Wow.
Next up, it's Josh Jacobs' deadline. Then the rookies on the 20th. Not long now, folks. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Polly Award winner 2019 and 2022, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man,
Five times two.
Plus one.
One.
That was terrible.
Let's try it again. Proud made man, five times
times two plus one.
winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
The off season. What do you want?
Now,
I'm Paul.
Thank you, Paul. We appreciate your emails each and every week, my friend. You always crush it, and certainly did not come up short this week. And so every week we award a Sizzler Award to the best emailer or phone caller of the show.
Absolutely, we do.
And I wonder who we've got this week, Swag Jeff.
Yeah, well, thanks to everyone for calling in, for emailing in, and we had a great cast and crew this week.
What a panel!
What a panel this week! Yeah, but there could really only be one choice.
That's true.
So the winner of this week's Sizzler Award is Paul.
Paul.
Sizzler.
Sizzler. We are Metallica, and we are here for your
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Tyrone says, "What's wrong with short, Murf?"
Ebony likes it.
Yeah.
Yes, it's
Hey.
Or on the pound.
Hey, yes.
This is the story of what you're made of. Big gift. Get what to do in big gifts. Get what to do.
Beef in a balanced diet. It's one of the best sources of protein, iron, and B vitamins going for a whole new pride in strength.
What's right in your body?
The vibrato on that is
Right?
Oh,
Right?
my
Absolutely.
goodness.
Yeah,
Michelle, you got an update there.
I do. Yeah. So if you were one of the first 12 to sign up for the highlighted name in the chat, I need your addresses to send you your cards. So I guess to the email.
Yeah.
Send it to the email.
Yep,
And
show
then I
at
can
RaidersFanRadio.com. Yep.
And then also, if you sign up to have your name highlighted, I'll make you one and send you one, and they'll all be numbered, and we'll go up to a certain number, and then there won't be, you can't get it again.
I think the first
So,
100.
Yeah.
The first 100 members of Raiders Fan Radio. Yeah. And you just hit that join button. I think on Apple, there's no join button. I think you have to do it from like your laptop or something, maybe.
Okay.
But hit that membership. We've already got 21 in.
Yeah.
And I think we've probably gotten a few tonight already. But
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, that's
So I need your addresses, though, if you want this. I need your addresses, so send it.
send us
Yes.
your address. That's
Yeah.
right. Absolutely. We appreciate you very much, Raider Nation. Appreciate your support, the Raiders Fan Radio. More importantly, we appreciate your support of the One Nation Foundation. And speaking of the One Nation Foundation, it's time to give something away because you have so kindly been sending us your money tonight to win this gorgeous Road Devontae Adams jersey. Hold
it up.
Yeah, show them. So I think we're like $20 away from making like $500 tonight. Let's go. We appreciate you very much. So Swag Jeff, let's go and give this sucker away.
Absolutely. So so Michelle, if you want to come over here with your Summer of Swag bag, officially licensed. So let's kick it off. So $20 donation tonight. James Williams, Jamie Delatorre, $20. Let's see, Trinidad, $40.
Hey, thank you, Trin.
John Ogle, $10.
Thank you, John Ogle.
Ron the Mater Raider, $20.
Thank you, Ron the Mater Raider.
Billy Bats Raider, $10.
Thank you, Billy Bats.
Kill Jadis, $10.
Thank you, Kill Jadis.
Seamus Harrington, $20.
Hey, thank you, Seamus.
Tyrone Graves, $10.
Thank you, Tyrone.
Ebony Graves, $10.
Thank you, Miss Ebony.
Schmucky the Raider Bear, $40.
Schmucko!
Hey, Pineapple, $20.
Thank you, Pineapple.
Let's see.
Yeah, Ty Davis just got it with the late 20 bucks.
All right, good
thank
deal.
You, Ty Davis. You rock.
Jerome Clemens, $20.
Oh, thank you so much.
Raider Dank Vader, $20.
Thank you, Raider Dank Vader.
Raider Loco, $20.
Thank you, Raider Loco.
Let's see. And who was that? Ty Davis?
Ty Davis with a late 20. He says, I'm late tonight. Here's $20. Right on first.
All right. So hold on. Let me make your poker chip number 18.
Josh Cameron, I just sent in his address. It's 3333 Al Davis Way.
Hey, there you go. So amazing. Ty Davis, $20 donation.
Hey, thank you, Ty Davis.
Yeah, absolutely. Big Shane, $100 donation.
Hey.
And Josh from Raider Dad, $100 donation as well.
That's amazing. Thank you so much,
So that
Josh.
brought the total tonight right on the nose, $500 for the One Nation Foundation. Much respect.
Thank you all. That's amazing. Thank you so much. All right, here we go. Oh, the dog's barking out there. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. And let's give away some other stuff too, huh?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. All right, what do you got there, Michelle? All right, they got the number. Hold up there, the camera. Number 4, is it?
Number 4. So the winner of the signed Devontae Adams jersey, Trinidad.
Trin! Congratulations, Trin. That is awesome.
That's the second jersey of the summer.
Is it really? Is he going freaking?
He's going all Big Bass Raider.
Going all Big Bass Raider. Freaking yeah! Oh my gosh! Good for you, Trin.
All right.
All right. Let's give away a Raiders Fan Radio T-shirt.
Yep, 100%.
That is awesome. Thank you so very, very much, Trinidad.
Yep.
Yeah. Go for it.
That is.
That's a 9.
Number 9. That is Seamus Harrington.
Hey, Seamus.
Seamus, hit us up. Show at RaidersFanRadio.com. Send us your shirt size and your address, and we will get a shirt out to you.
Absolutely. Right on. So speaking of Raider Dad, let's give away a Raider Dad patch.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome, man. You all are too kind. It's so cool. This is my favorite part when you get to give stuff away. All right.
Yeah, don't give that away. That's Raider Dad. I'll send you one of your patches.
Hey, you want a patch, Josh?
Yeah.
We know a guy. All right, here we go.
And you know what? Hey, Raider Dad, I'm going to send you a shirt.
Oh, that's so nice, Jeff. All right, 18 for the Raider Dad patch.
Number 18, that is Ty Davis. That's a buzzer.
Buzzer. Oh, that's amazing. Hey, and Josh, actually, we're not going to send you a shirt.
We're just going to give one to you.
We'll bring you a shirt because we're going to see you here next month, man.
Let us know your shirt size.
Yes, let us know your shirt size, though, and send, well, you know our email. I ain't got to tell you. All right, Raider Nation, we appreciate you all so very, very much. It's been a blast tonight. Appreciate everybody that's in the chat room tonight. Of course, Josh Camonite from Raider Dad is in there. We've got some big things coming with Raider Dad. In fact, we want to jump on a call with you tomorrow, Josh.
Yep.
Tyrone Graves is in there. Ty Davis is in there. Raider Dank Vader, Paul Edgerton, Ron the Mater Raider holding it down in the chat. We appreciate you, Ron. Appreciate Ty Davis, especially with that late entry. Appreciate Dry Eye Raider. Appreciate the Grumpy Raider fan, Raider Loco, Miss Ebony, Tyrone Graves is in there. So many of you tonight, and we appreciate you. Trevor Fry is in there. Who else we got? Let's see, scrolling. Appreciate you, everybody that joined us tonight live in the chat room. We love you, Raider Nation, and we cannot appreciate your support of the One Nation Foundation enough. We got some big things on the horizon with the foundation and even bigger stuff coming next year. None of that happens without you guys. And from the bottom of our hearts, man, we appreciate your generosity. Thank you so very, very much.
Yeah, just thank everybody for all the donations and stuff. Like the One Nation Foundation, that's where it goes, and that's where it's at. So thank you guys so much. Thanks for tuning in, listening. Did you hit the like button? Hit the like button.
Press the damn button, nerd. Press the damn button. And hey, and much respect to our new sponsor, our new partner of the show. Much respect to United Rentals. If you need a scissor lift or you need a a little trailer or whatever you need.
United Reynolds is your place, right? I don't know what their slogan is, but United Reynolds. Do that shit.
So much respect to you. Much respect to everyone in the chat.
Wait a minute. That's got to be their tagline going forward.
It certainly
that
has
shit.
to.
United Reynolds, do that
I'm gonna
shit.
pitch
There
that
you go.
shit. Yeah.
There you go. Hey, thanks for tuning in for Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. Don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland. Much respect. See you. Bye.
Good eye, YouTube. Wait, hold on. I'm
Oh.
trying to hit the button. I got to hit this button. What is it? This button? It's this button. This right? No,
One of the
hold on.
buttons.
Keep waving, guys.
Just hit them all.
I
Hit
got
all
it.
the buttons.
There we go. Good eye, YouTube. Love you guys.
See you. Bye.
Oh, no, I got to hit the other button to stop the show.
Press all the buttons,
I
dude.
love
What are we doing?
watching us wave.
I'm gonna break this other arm.
We're still going.
I'm gonna break this other arm.
I still haven't stopped the show yet. There you go.
United Reynolds.
Let's go with this little Andy Kaufman comedy and just let things linger on too long.
I
Perfect.
do love Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman's amazing.
He
Absolutely.
is,
Yeah, just running.
Absolutely.
Just,
Hey, be sure to tune in on the next live show. We've got a Bojack's.
oh, Bo coming at you.
Yeah,
Bo
yeah,
coming at you.
yeah, yeah.
All right, guys. We love you all so much. Good night.